Hi, this is another development log for the game ICanHuman, and right now the sadness stage 1 backgrounds are almost getting done. The reason it took so long is because we changed the way the backgrounds are being made and the way it's being put into the game. In Sadness 0, which was a very tiny level, you could plan out everything beforehand and everything was very pre-planned. Like one of the background assets were made in such a way that it can tile downwards as much as you want, and the same thing can tile sideways also, and at some point it would only tile sideways and upwards and end at a corner. So all of those things, planning out how much dimensions it would take, the different sort of things that would be laid around throughout the level, those things were taking so much time. So when this much bigger level came up, I knew that I couldn't rely on that sort of a system, and I wanted some way in which I could keep drawing as I wish and make sure it goes into the game as it is. So using one of my favorite programs for making such things, Google Sheets, we made a grid which would be laid out on the whole level, and you can see from where to where what areas would be covered, how much resolution each of those areas would require, and I could draw on top of that like I wished. But to make this, in the beginning I was using Krita, in which I would take a 9x9 grid, then try to make that completely, then follow it up with another 9x9 grid, another 9x9 grid, and try to merge them all together. But then I would have to keep figuring out which is the latest style that I have to use for the next set. And when these things keep combining, it just forms weirder Venn diagrams. So it was very quickly getting out of hand, and I knew that once coloring starts, that will be even more double trouble for me. So I had to look for an alternative, and I had to relearn Blender because it's a vector software. Because it is a huge level, it's something like 1 lakh by 36,000 pixels. So handling it in a raster software was not seeming like an ideal option. Eventually I learned how drawing and coloring and all works in Blender, but then I had to bring across whatever I had done in Krita also, so converting them into this also took some time, but now finally it's there. And the thing is, all these things took roughly a month, and throughout the month it was weird because I wasn't sure whether whatever I was making would work out or not. But now that I can see it in game, it is much of a relief. So things can actually feel weird for a long time, that nothing is working out right, till finally it is. Thank you.